The assignment about lambdas and the generic. So what is about the lambda? Lambda, you just thinking about the basic thing, just like instead of using about the if else, it's just like a basic things you can do using lambdas, which is much save more time and easier and more readable. What about the generic? For example, if you got like about the same algorithm and you don't want to like duplicate your code about that algorithm, like about if you want to input like about the integer or about the string, and don't want to like duplicate the code, you can use like a generic in order to tell like use whatever data type it is. So let's go straight to the code. What is my create about my stack? We create about the new array with the data type of that array is t, which you can change t so any name of it just depend on you. So it doesn't care, but it telling about less than and greater than, and in here the name of that generic. It's telling that we are using about the generic init class. So where t colon I comparables is like we want to like using the dusting to like express the lambda in the tester.cs later. And I'm create about a new variable account which is set at the properties, and then I'm create about a constructor with taking about the parameter of the capacity, and then I'm create about a new array with size is equal to like the capacity of itself, and I'm also create about the new attribute with either the count equal to 0, because I want to like compare this count to like all the values, so I create a new one. And let's go straight to like the first thing, which is the 5 methods. So the files here, which is taking about the parameters like criteria t and return our boolean for us. So is this like it doesn't care whether that criteria is about the string, integer, booleans or not. It just care like we take that thing and then return it to the booleans. And if that criteria is new, like for example, if you type like about a space or return just like typing the space, it will throw about a new exception like argument new exception and then the name of that criteria. And in here I'm create about the thing that take from the about in the first one from the top to like the lowest. If that criteria array is true, then it will return that array, and otherwise it will return about the default keys in here. And about for example, and it's similarly instead of just find one element in that array, and instead of just find all element in the array. For example, if it less it is greater than 100, if just in case the find method you just find one element. So if we using about find all, we can find like everything greater than 100, something like that. And if it is new, I'm growing the same criteria argument no exception, and then instead I'm create about the new list with a the data type is whatever it is. So I'm create a generic in here to start about the new elements, and then I'm create about the check go through everything from highest to lowest. If that criteria array is equal is true, then I will add into like our new arrays. Otherwise I will like and then I will return about result count greater than 0. And this one is like the the question mark and then the colon in here. It exactly was just like about a shortcut way for you to doing about the if else condition. So if it's true, it will return like the result will be changed to 2 array, and otherwise it will return about the null, so which is like doesn't have anything. So that is how this code is working. It's just like about a shortcut way for to doing. And yeah, and let's go through the next things were like the next method is like remove all. So remove all like remove the element that satisfy the criteria and return element that has been removed. So in this case I'm creating like about I'm just checking the condition of that if it not satisfy the criteria, and then I'm taking the count we have given we have before, and then minus to the thing that is not satisfied. Then we will got like about a new result which is satisfied about the criteria. So that is how we working. The first thing is like checking if it criteria null or not. If it's null, then it roll about the argument exception. Otherwise, I'm create the new things like create about a remaining item and rate the nucleus, and then checking every element in that list. And that's if like the criteria is not satisfied the criteria array, then we will adding to like the new list in here. And then in this one, I'm just taking about the count minus the remaining item dot count, which is our new list, which, and then we will got like about the new result, which is the thing that satisfy the criteria in here. And then I'm changing that thing using about the two array function, and then count it again, like about override again and return that thing. And what is about the push like a put method I'm doing in here. So the put method is just like about assign a new element into the array. So if I'm in here, I'm checking about whether the count less than the length of the array or not. If it's if it's true, then we will still have space to assign the new elements. And then I'm assign the new values in the next available space in the array in here. And then count plus plus to show the number of elements in the array are increased. And yeah, if otherwise the example just throw like invalid operation exception, like stack it out space, so we cannot adding about the new elements. And the pops also is telling about return the element after the stop of the stack. So this thing will like using like a check if the count have element. If the count is greater than 0, then we got like about the t in here. T value is similar to like a var value, something like that, a generic. So the data type is generic t, and the value, and then array is the count plus 1 minus 1, because like we want to get a value from the top of the stack, and then we will decrease about the count using about the count plus plus, count minus minus, and then return that value. Otherwise, we got like about the exception, stack it empty. For the max method, we exactly just checking if the count is equal to 0. It exactly just like return to default t in here. Otherwise, we will like create about a like compare objects to compare the elements in a stack. And then we will start the first element in the stack will be the highest. So, and then in order to do this one, we exactly will just create about the for loop in order to go through every elements in that array. And then we will using about the compare method, which is already implemented in the .NET, to compare the index of the array to the value of max using compare. If the index is greater than the max will get in the new values of the index, and then we will return our max value in here. Min also, we're also doing the same thing, except that we, instead of greater than 0, we're using about less than 0 in this case, and then call it about the min in here. And if it's like the index is less than the min, like we got like about the new min values in here. And the accounts in here, I'm just taking about from the very account task we have been done before. And then right here, I'm just adding one more thing like about the compare to account order. So this, this method will just like compare two objects of the type of account based on the value of the balance. So it will, like compare the balance in the account to like the order balance in order to like compare to each other. And that's the reason why I'm using compare to instead of the compare. So that is how it's using. And then the compare to is just like return 0 if both is equal. Positive if balance greater than orders balance, and vice versa. So that is how we were working. Everything is unchanged from the review task. And this is how I'm just creating about the tester. So I'm creating about the stack of the account object. We can be start the maximum of the 20 elements. So we can change like about 10 to 20. So if I'm taking this one to 2, it exactly just got error. So I need to do it like 20 because in the below that I'm create about 4 objects in here, and then I push everything into like about the new array. So that is how we working, and then I'm calling about the account class, so like using about account with max balance to like a new variable, and then account text dot max, so like find about the max value and then the min value in that array. And then I'm showing that the highest balance, the lowest balance in here, and then like I'm using about the express lambda. I'm using about whether if the account is getting the account balance greater than 1000, we can use the if else in here, but we want to use about the express lambda, which much like more readable in here. If it's greater than 1000, we will be showing that the account balance greater than $1000, just find one value because we're using about the find methods, not find all. So the next thing is like we find all in here. In order to like find all the element, I'm using about a for each function to go through every element account in the account file, and then after that I'm just consolidate it, and then using about consolidate dash n in order to make it more readable in the terminal. And then I'm using about the remove count to use like remove all, express a lambda also condition, and then consolidate with a like remove count with telling like like how many account will be like removed in here. And then I'm showing about the remaining account in the stack in here using about the while loop, like about using account stack dot pop, and then consolidate name of it. Let's just do it. Okay. So you can see in here we got like about 4 objects in here, 5 which is Kevin, Boy, Peter Parker, James Gordon, Will Smith, with the first value is like 5000, 2300, 1500, and then 300. We can see in here the highest balance is 5000, which is correct, and the lowest is 300. Account balance greater than $1000, just 5 value is like 1500 in here, but like we still have more account in here, so more account greater than $1000. So we got like we using about a find all function to find James Gordon, 1500 and 300 and then 5000, and then we want to like remove one account with balance less than like $1000, which is Will Smith, and it will show in the remain account in the stack is like 1500, 300, and 5000. So if I want to like adding one more thing, like about like 400, and then I run it again, it exactly was just showing about remove 2 account with balance less than, and it's still showing in here. If I changing this one to like, okay, so we're showing the lowest balance is 200. So what if I'm just telling like this one to like 3, and it exactly just showing about the error. So you can see in here stack it out space in here. That is how I'm checking about the row invalid operation. Stack it out space because where we got like about 5 element objects. So in here, but like the space in here we just got 3, so that's the reason why it's got error. So I will just changing it and then run it again. Okay, everything is correct. Thank you.